the Kiali Sprint 61 meeting, the community meetings about August 20th, 2021. So today we are going to have an open agenda with basically we are going to comment about the Istio 1.11 release. Also, we will try to review the Kiali 1.39 highlights, Sprint 61. Today we will have some lighting demos from some folks that are going to teach you some new features that we are working on. The team is working on and will be shipping in this version and the upcoming version. And after that, after the recording, we will have the community meeting with some guests and open questions, comments, ideas, demo. Okay. So yeah, thank you for coming. Yeah, today the first thing I would like to say is congratulations to everyone. So the Istio 1.11 has been released several days ago. So yeah, please take it. The release notes. There is some specific notes for the great notes to do that. Just a friendly reminder that the add-on that has been tested with the Istio 1.11. There are some samples add-ons: Prometheus 14.3, Jaeger 1.33, Grafana 6.11, and also more important for us is that Istio 1.11 comes with the Kiali 1.38, right? As usual, the best way to test Kiali and Istio is go to the try Istio, getting started, follow the installation processes, and finish with the view the dashboard, and you will get Kiali, and you will see all the examples of the traffic with the topology, with all the features that are shipped in the default dashboard. All right. So yeah, this is Sprint 61. Some of the highlights. So we are still in the summer break, so not too much new feature because all of the members, some of the members have been also in PTO. But some of the interesting features that we can comment is that in this version, so we are continuing add value cross namespace validation from Istio rules, specifically, to detect when some Istio configuration is pointing to another Istio assets or to another services that is deploying a different namespace, that this validation are consistent or giving you value when something doesn't exist, right? So this is something that is work in progress. We are adding in iterative way new rules to help you to have a consistency deployment of all your Istio resources. Something relevant to comment, more bug fixing, right? We did a lot, but for example, one of the issues was reported was a problem with the login issue, that there was some log on in a bad way, right? Also, we are continuing adding some feature flags in order to have more flexibility if in case of some enhancements you want to enable to disable, right? Now the clustering feature flag is allowed to disable the clustering features if you don't need. That is going to reduce the permissions. Now I'm going to pass the mic to Leandro, which is going to tell us about the new enhancement to include the certificates information within Kiali. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Leandro, you can start sharing yours when you want.
Okay, sure, Lucas. Hello, everyone. Let me share the screen for you. Okay, so now confirm. Are you seeing Kiali?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there is a new feature that is really a work in progress, but it's progressing. It's about showing certificates information in Kiali UI. So for now, we are showing the certificates in this section, view certificates info. This is, for example, information about a secret that contains certificate information that is called Istio CA secret. That is the default that Istio uses, right? So Istio CA generates some root certificate and key for signing the world of certificates. And for now, we are showing the issuer and the validity timestamps. So this is the default configuration. But also, the user can configure or plug in their own CA. The users can configure the CA. For that, they need to create a secret that is named CA cert. Yeah, it's a convention, and with all these certificates and keys. So we can create this secret to alternate and to stop using the Istio CA by default. So we can create in the control plane namespace. I'm using Istio system. And now that it exists, if we return to the page and wait for a little, we can see that now this secret is picked, right? With other information, with other issue, and other validated timestamps. So this is the second possibility, but there is a third possibility in Istio that is using DNS certificates, a feature that is called, or it's generated by Chiron. Here I'm putting the links, but then I guess we can put it somewhere else. It's the Istio documentation. In this case, the user can configure several secrets with several certificates for several DNS entries, right? So, for example, how we can configure this is with the configuration in the mesh config. We can say, hey, this secret is for these DNS entries, and this other one is for the other ones. This is the common example that is found in the Istio site, right? So this is important, and I want to stop here to explain another thing. As you can see, all these certificates come from secrets, and secrets are very sensitive, and Kiali needs to have the ability to read them, and that is something that can concern some users, and for valid reasons. So by default, we are only granting Kiali and Kiali operator service account the ability to read some certificates. What certificates? If you are looking in the configuration in the config map from Kiali, we are saying that just the common names, the secret names, CA cert and Istio CA secret would be allowed to read. An important thing to say that is that this feature is we implemented as a feature flag, so you can disable whenever you want. For example, if you are configuring false here, non permissions will be granted. So there are a lot of users that don't want this permission. So this is for them. If you can disable, no extra permission to read secrets. But this feature is enabled by default. So you can disable, but it comes in true by default. For what secrets? For which secrets? For this one, right? But this next feature or this next configuration that I will show you requires extra permissions, because we need to read these secrets that are not CA certs and not Istio CA secret. So for that reason, we need to do a little more things. Always to keep the thing secure, right? And let the user choose what they want. The users choose what they want. Sorry. So we will try that scenario right now. For that, we need to uninstall Istio, just with this command, and we will install it again with this file that I just showed you, the ones that configure the certificates. So we will install it again. Should be installing. progressing. So just keep in mind that there are two important things. The Kiali has its own service account, and the operator has its own service account. Two service accounts and its permissions. We are going to configure different values for these these default configurations right here. So the operator will need to grant permission to different secrets. So the operator will require that permissions too. If the operator needs to grant a read permission to a secret, the operator itself needs that permission, right? Just remember that. Istio is now installed, so we can go to Kiali and we can look for the certificates, and we will see these two new certificates, but it's saying to us a warning that it's access denied. It's denied. Well, we're explaining here why, and we will add in the documentation the steps to grant these permissions. We will now do this to show. So remember what I said, that the operator needs the permissions. So we are doing a kubectl patch to the cluster role that uses the operator to add a new rule that we allow get verb on, for example, DNS sample1 service account, that is the secret name. And we are doing twice because we need to we have two secrets. So now the operator can grant the permission to the Kiali service account to read these secrets. But the last thing that we need to do is to say the operator to grant that permissions. So that is done in the Kiali CR. With this patch, we are saying, hey, for the feature flag certificates information indicator, that is the name of this new feature, is enabled in true, yes, and the secrets will be these new secrets. So we are doing that patch. If you are going to Kiali, we still with the access denied because Kiali service account still doesn't have the permissions, just the operator right now. So we will apply this with another patch. What it will happen here, that is, we list the pods in the Istio system. We'll eventually see that Kiali restarts. We also want to show how the CR is, how the config map is now. The config map changed. Now we have the new secrets. Before we have, remember, the default ones, but now we are seeing these ones, right? Well, here we have the information of the two certificates that we configure with different issuers and value prompts, and also the DNS names entries, right? So, well, this is the new feature. It's a work in progress, but this is what we have for now. So, Lucas, I will stop sharing, and you can continue with other demo. Thanks.
Thank you a lot, Leandro, for all the details of these features. Yeah, thank you for showing the work in progress. Let me share again my screen to continue with the features that you will see in this release. So for performance analysis, Kiali always has, a specific metrics for internal metrics. When you see that the Kiali is slow, or you want to debug what APIs is taking more time. So if you go to the Kiali console and you go to the specific Kiali workload, you will see that there is an extra tab which is showing the Kiali internal metrics, specifically with the API. So this metrics has been updated with more metrics related to the validation processes, right? The validation analysis is possible for slow, when some rendering on the overview page, which is trying to understand if there is any problem on the Istio configuration in some namespace, or potentially if you detect that there is some slow health calculation of the workload, right? So this feature will be available for that. Okay, so now we have some improvement in topology related to the hostname visualization, and I think that I'm going to stop sharing and let Edgar to tell you about this new feature. Edgar, are you
Yes.
around? Okay, thank you.
Yes, let me share my screen. Can you by chance see my screen? Because I was seeing some black.
Black for me?
It's black to me.
Okay, that will be a problem probably. Let me try again. Right. So I will try the Windows feature of BlueJeans. Probably that will be better for now. Does that work?
Yes.
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 Okay. I will be switching a little bit between my browser and my terminal. And sorry about that, but okay, just to give a little introduction, this is going to be around the Istio mechanism that is used for exposing workloads to the internet. I mean, from the cluster to the internet. I will start telling how is my setup. It's quite simple. I only have the typical book info application that is mentioned in the Istio documentation, and it's in the book info namespace. And I also have another demo, which is the travels demo. You can find that demo in one of the Kiali repositories here in Kiali/demos, and you will see that we have this travel demo as part of this repository. It's quite straightforward to install. It has a dashboard, which is the one that I will be showing. It's the one that needs to be exposed, as you see here in the documentation. Here it's exposed via port forward, but today I will be exposing via the Istio mechanism. And also it will be the same for book info. I will be exposing via the Istio mechanism, which is the Ingress gateways. So just also a small additional introduction. In Kubernetes, for example, in the book info case, I will go here. For this book info application, we want to expose this product page service so that people can access the book info application and all its services and its main pages. You can expose services in several ways in Kubernetes. One is via load balancers, and the other one is as here is via port forwarding. Istio has its own mechanism, which are called ingress gateways. And there are several kinds of ingress gateways because, well, there are also some other third-party ingress gateways. For example, you could use Nginx ingress, but that's another thing. And this is just another ingress controller that you can use for exposing workloads. But at the end today, I will be explaining about this. Here in the Istio documentation, it's quite straightforward how to configure a gateway to export services. I will leave this work to people about reading the details here. Today I will be exposing via Kiali, or well, I will not via Kiali, but I will be using Kiali to create these resources just for some easiness and also to show you how you could configure this in Kiali itself. So let's start also with my setup. Some additional setup that I have. I will share you my terminal. Sorry, I will switch to my terminal. Let's see. I can No, looks like I can't share that my terminal. Okay, anyway, I will continue via the browser. So what I wanted to show is that I have a small domain here in my computer. It's not a real domain, it's just a fake domain that I have bookinfo.local.net, which won't reply right now because I don't have the bookinfo application exposed. This is the domain that I will be using for exposing the bookinfo application. I also have the Traverse domain. This is the domain that I will be using for exposing the Traverse demo application. Both domains are fake. They are just pointing to my local computer, to the IP address of the Ingress gateway. If you come here to Kiali, not sure if that's possible to see. I will try. You will see that we have the Ingress gateway, and okay, it's not appearing here, but this is exposed via a load balancer, so it has an IP address. Just trust me that this one has a kind of public IP address that lets you reach the Ingress gateway. So I will start with the book info application. You can see that right now is refusing the connection. That's what the browser is telling. So in order to create or to expose the book info application, you can go to the services menu in Kiali. You look for the service that you want to expose. In this case, is the product page. You click on it, and you go here to actions and select request routing. Here, I want to route to the product page workload, so I click here, add route. So there is only one. In case you have several replicas or several versions, you could choose and do some load balancing, but right now it's quite simple in my setup. So we go here to the show advanced options, and here I say that I want to create a gateway. I want to add a gateway, and I select the host I have here, which is bookinfo.local.net, without the schemas, and use the host name. And then I click create. This will create a gateway resource in the Istio one and also a virtual service. And here says that it's okay. So this created this gateway resource and this virtual service resource. There's also a destination rule that was created automatically, and this is also part of the Istio documentation. So once I have this, you will see that if I come back here and I say refresh, I will start seeing the booking for application. I can click here as a normal to log in as a normal user, and you will see the typical page that you see for booking for application. And you will see that it replies correctly. So we have created and we have exposed this booking for application via gateway and Istio Ingress gateway. And the enhancement around the graph is that you will see this small, there is a new batch. This is this small globe icon, which is telling you that this workload is identified as an ingress gateway. You will see also this small part of smart area that you can hover your mouse on it, and will show what are the host names that are configured for this ingress gateway. You can also see that the product page services is also flagged with a virtual service batch, and it will also show what are the host names that are being served or routed to it. You can see that, well, this can work for, sorry, the graph is behaving a little weird. So you will pause this. you can see that this use is working to let you identify visually how the traffic is flowing and what ingress gateways are serving the request, because, well, in production you might want to have several ingress gateways. In this case, I think my setup is quite simple. It's only one, so this is letting you to see visually what are the configuration of the host names. You can also see this same information in the side panel. You can see that it's telling you that this workload is identified as a gateway, and it will show you the list of hosts here when you expand this part. It is exactly the same for the virtual service. If you click on it, it will list you the host names. Okay, so let's go now to expose the travel control demo. So I can go here and do the travel control namespace. This is the entry point of the application. This is the service that I want to expose. So I can go here and I will do the same for creating a request routing. I will do exactly the same. I want to route all traffic to this control service or control workload, and I want to create a gateway. You could reuse the gateway that we have created, but at least for now, the wizard doesn't let you to add more host names. So for now, I will just create a new one. I will use 2 host names. You can specify multiple host names by adding some commas. So I add a comma, for example, I add another one, mirror.local.net. And well, this will make available this travel application on these two host names. So I will create this, and you will see that if I go back to this page and I refresh the browser, it will start serving the requests, and it will have the travels demo dashboard. If I open a new tab and I use that mirror to the local.net, you will see that it also will serve the request. It also will serve the dashboard. So it's available on 2 host names. You will see this clearly in the graph. If I go here and I also select the body book info and the travel control namespace, just to show you a more complete graph. Well, you will see that I have here the ingress gateway. It will start listing all 3 host names that are configured for it, and you will see that the travel control service has 2, and also the product page in the other namespace has 1. So this gives more visibility about what you have configured and how you are exposing your services. If you have some mistake in the configuration, I think that this will give also more clarity about where misconfiguration could be. And well, this is basically the enhancement around the graph and the host names and virtual services and ingress gateways in general. And that's all I wanted to show you. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you a lot, Edgar, for this demo. I get that you showed very complete end-to-end use cases with the announcement of the new host names. All right, so let me I guess that we are almost in just to finish the recorded. So now, yeah, what we have commented up to now, so it's all in enhancements, but we are working on the sprint. Now we are going to start the community meeting. So we have some folks that we are going to stop the record.